Outlet Liquor is your place to buy a case. Stock up and save when you shop the lowest prices available every day at Outlet Liquor. You never have to wait for a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Only at Outlet Liquor.
What's your outlet?
Folks, welcome into the Crossing Swords first intermission report. Sabres are down 2-1. We got Dwayne tuning in live from his way back from Nashville. We got Colin and producer Steve here in the building, but we got to let Dwayne take the floor first. It wasn't, the best result last night, Dwayne. Not a great start to the Sabres game, but how are you feeling?
I think my voice should probably say it all, guys. Listen, Dwayne Steinau, Dwayne from Tonawanda got after it in Nashville, Tennessee this weekend. He played a lot of air guitar. He drank a lot. He drank a lot of alcoholic slushies. He had a blast. Last night's game didn't go the way we wanted it to. Very controversial ending in terms of the way you wanted it to go, field goal or go for it. I don't know. However you feel. Starts in the first period here at Buffalo, streaming it from the phone because Dwayne Steinau doesn't miss a Sabres game. My voice is just getting worse as I go. But it looks like we're playing fast, but like you said, Ty, just a little sloppy. Okpoloso, from the same spot he scored on opening night, puts Buffalo on the board to tie the game, and then just a lucky tip by Dowling to put him up 2-1. But, all that aside, it wasn't a terrible period. The Don Granato system seems to be continuing to work, even with, and I don't want to say a lack of talent, but, we don't really have any high-end talent on this team right now after you say Rasmus Dahlin. We're without Casey Middlestat. We're without Henry Yoki but we're hanging in there against a very fast-paced Vancouver Canucks hockey team. So, I'm not upset with the way that period went.
No, I mean, it was sloppy. It really was. I mean, they ended up with more, Corsi chances, more shots, whatever. But, Vancouver's chances were very good chances, and they were able to convert on those. And, giving those turnovers and giving up some of those odd man rushes were some of the things that really hurt the team. There was another goal that really could have happened after Colin Miller tried to, throw the puck across the zone real quick. And it was, just a straight break, and luckily I think Anderson got his skate on it. But Steve, for you right now, what are you seeing out of these Sabres tonight?
Well, I don't want Dwayne to feel left out, so I think I'm going to rasp up my voice. These Buffalo Sabres, they're playing okay. They're not playing as good as opening night, but they're playing all right. But in all seriousness, I think that there's definitely some shuffling being done with the lines. Don Granato doesn't know exactly, how much each spice he wants on each line. So it seems like things are getting switched up. You see sometimes it's Miller Bryson, sometimes it's Miller Pizik. Dahlin's playing on his offhand. But I will say for that one Colin Miller screw up, that was the first one where I went and said to myself, damn, Miller, what are you doing? And I remember last year I was saying that like a couple times a game. And it was always the same mess up that he would make. He would always go play the body rather than play the puck, completely remove himself from the forecheck of the opposing team, and then no one's there covering the man that he could have had if he didn't try to throw a check instead of just stick with the game. So that said, we're down in the scoreboard, but we're still playing our game. We're still trying to do what we do the way we do it. And again, this is game 3 of 82, so, this isn't an exact formula. It's not an exact science. This stuff does take time. The first few weeks for any team can be interesting, to say the least. So
Absolutely. I mean, it was surprising they won the first 2 games, especially the way they did on opening night. Cullen, we're seeing Robert Hagg throw the body around, 2 big hits, but that's not going to win you the game. What are you looking at for the Sabres to shore up in the second period? Because it's been the first period that they've come out hot in the first 2 games, and the second period was kind of their flat period before. They got to really turn things up here in the second if they want to end up with a win.
Yeah, like Dwayne said, like you said before we hopped on live, a lot of sloppiness, it seems like. We haven't really seen that much of it so far this season. And like Steve just said, it's the first few weeks. It's going to be a lot of switching around. It's going to take a few weeks to get everything figured out. The turnovers that I'm like not mad about, but like they need to fix, those ones where they're just kind of just throwing the puck behind them and hoping that some other guy's there to pick it up, like that Colin Miller play where that ended up in that breakaway that Anderson had to come up huge for us. The first goal by Horvat, I wasn't like mad about that one. I mean, we had a great chance in the offensive zone. They come down, and just a great shot by Horvat to bury that. But it's crazy to say that Eakin, Okposo, and Gergensen's line, it seems to be playing the best line that we have.
No, absolutely. I don't know why that's happening. I want to blow my head up because of it, but yeah, you
Geo
might be
line.
right.
The Geo line, overlog line 10 times out of 10, guys. 10 times out of 10. I love it. I love the energy they're bringing to the game, and I just cannot believe that I'm like enjoying watching Kyle Okposo and Cody Eakin play hockey in the Sabres uniform. Like, it's night and day. I mean, again, it's only 3 games, night and day to what they were producing last season.
I mean, they looked lost last year. They looked like they were, like a high school JV team playing against, a Fed like state ranked team. Like they just look completely outclassed. But I don't know what it is. Whether it's Okposo dropping a couple pounds. It looked like he was in some better shape this year.
He looks healthy.
Or
he looks
the
healthy.
player from Gergensen's or what it is. But he's really turned it up this season. Maybe it's him realizing he's got to be, the one to lead by example here. And he's taken the role on himself. He's here to prove it to Dwayne that he's actually captain material. But before Dwayne rebuttals on that one, I got to tell you guys about the Sports Collectors Expo coming up October 29th and 30th, only at Batavia Downs Gaming. Autographed guests include current Buffalo football players Jordan Poyer, Greg Rousseau, Micah Hyde, Devin Singletary, Boogie Basham, Bills legends Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed will also be there. Other athletes like Andre Bryson, Paul Molitor. I think there's going to be a bunch of hockey players as well. I don't have the full list, but the full list of guests, details, and times are all located at legendsandstars.net. Batavia Downs Gaming is located just off of Thruway Exit 48 in Batavia. Make sure you get out there. But Dwayne, Kyle Okposo, I wish he was going to be at that autograph signing so we could get you guys to meet. But he is just blowing all expectations that we've all had for him.
You know what? I think the key to that line too is I think it's Zemgus Girgensons for whether I've always liked Z. Z's been a decent, reliable hockey player for a long time. He's just not a guy who really shows up a lot on the scoreboard, but he brings a very high energy to the game. He plays with a lot of energy, plays with a lot of jam. He's not afraid to play along the boards and battle for pucks in front of the net because that's how he knows he's going to be able to contribute in order to play in this league. So I think he's the key to that line, the energy he brings every night. Okposo, like you said, I think the biggest thing is he looks healthy. He looks healthy for the first time in a long time, and it's he sounds like the complete opposite of me. I sound like a 75-year-old smoker. But no, that energy.
Listen to me, honey. I used to be a dancer.
Yeah, he definitely looks like revitalized and like he looks healthy, and they're bringing a lot of energy to this lineup. And I think they're just leading a lot by example to these younger kids. Like, hey, we're out here grinding, we're out here battling. Look what the people always say about us, and look what we're doing out here. Like, you guys need to follow suit. And I'm loving what I'm seeing out of them. And, I criticize when criticism is due. And that's how it's always been with me and Kyle Okposo. When criticism is due, I give it. And he gave me a lot to negatively criticize, but he's given me next to nothing to negatively criticize. So two thumbs up and a standing ovation right now for Kyle Okposo. And to the Colin Miller point earlier, I agree. Like I think it's the Bryson Miller pairing. They look good. They look very good together. Another couple things that I've noticed with Colin Miller too, he's gotten out of the habit of literally just winding up and shooting from everywhere. Like he's taking calculated shots. He's getting pucks on net for rebounds. Last season, I used to tear my hair out of my head because he would even pick his head up and shoot.
Dude, he would just shoot it into people all the time.
Into shin pads all the time. Now
the shin pads are 10 feet away from the net.
Granado's got him, playing a different style of hockey, and I'm loving it. And that's the key to this puzzle, man. That is Don Granado and the system he's implemented, and it really makes me look forward. And I thought I'd never say this. Look forward to the return we do get for Jack Eichel, because if we can implement some more high energy
always got to bring
players.
Why? Always you, Dwayne. This is why we can't have nice things. I'm cutting Dwayne off. I'm cutting Dwayne O'Mania off. He is excited for the rest of this game, but more specifically the second period. You think they're going to turn this one around? You think they got it in them to get their skates underneath them and be able to get this W here?
Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, you're asking me? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I thought we were still just putting Dwayne on blast while I'm mute. Yeah, I think they can pull it off. I mean, I think they just have to go into the second period with high energy, keep playing to their system. Don't let those incredibly quick Canucks beat them to the puck. When they get it into their zone, they gotta make the smart plays. Jeff Skinner and Dylan Cousins, as much as I love a sexy drop pass, you got to be certain that one of your teammates is behind you when you pull that shit off, because otherwise it just kind of makes you look a little foolish.
Yeah.
And for Dylan Cousins, I can accept it because he's 20, but Jeff Skinner, you're a grown ass man. You should know better. Come on, buddy. It's sexy when it works, but when it doesn't, it's just a little silly. Those
are the things that were
good.
It was not being able to break out properly, and they weren't able to sustain good zone rushes. Although they did, end up with more, Corsi temps and all that. But I thought, overall, looking at it, they could have been crisper through the middle, and I think it would have opened up a few more opportunities. Ended up 4-4, I believe, high danger chances. That's something I'll be writing about tomorrow, so make sure you guys check out trainwrecksports.com. Looking at the team's high danger numbers this season versus some of the last few, looks like
Dwayne's picking up the chicks.
Dwayne's having the time of his life.
Go Bills, yeah, go Bills. I'm sorry, it must be my voice now. I don't have a voice. Go Bills.
I think the girl, she's just loving the voice. Colin,
is what it is.
Give me one player to look out for the rest of the game. Who's going to score next for the Buffalo Sabres?
I don't know.
If you say Jack Eichel, you're banned.
No, I'm not going to pull a Dwayne here. I'm going to go ahead and say I think Dahlin can get his first. I'm going to say Dahlin or Olofsson. We got to get a chance in the power play. They've been lethal on the power play this year, and you get them a chance, and that's how you go out and win this game. Draw some penalties. I mean, even just one or two, that's better than nothing. Get a 5-on-4 chance to slow down the Canucks, because they are a fast team. And 5-on-5, as the game goes on, you're not going to be able to keep pace with them. So if you get them,
no penalties at all there in the first.
You get them a man down. They lose a guy. You get that one up on speed. Even you control the puck in the zone. You slow down their game, and you find the right chance to put the puck in the back of the net. And I think it could be Olofsson, because he's a machine on the power play.
Yep, absolutely. Power play has been the key to their success thus far throughout the season. They've struggled a little bit 5v5 with converting even on their high danger chances. Their rate was down a little bit from what it has been over the past few seasons in the league average. So I think 5v5, if you can convert a few more and supplement it with the power play the way they have, they should be able to continue to winning some games. Dwayne, give me 20 seconds. Sell me on the Sabres tonight.
I think if we're talking next goal mentality, Reds do Dylan Cousins. Time to put one in the back of the net. I know the kid's got a lot of pressure riding on him. Everyone's looking at him to be the next leader of this hockey team, the next captain of this hockey team. I think 3 games is way too long for him to not put one in the back of the net. So I'm going to go Dylan Cousins for either the game tie or game-winning goal here.
Absolutely. Dwayne, I said 20 seconds. I gave you extra time.
All right, sorry. Listen. I think if you keep playing this high-paced offense where you're nonstop and you're forcing mistakes from the opponent, I mean, there's no reason this Buffalo Sabres can't go 3-0 tonight. Just keep playing that fast-paced hockey where you maintain possession of the puck. There's no reason we won't see this team go 3-0.
Haramack going with Gergensen to score next. make sure if you guys are watching over on YouTube, you hit the thumbs up button, you subscribe, hit the little notification bell as well so you know when we go live. We'll more than likely be going live at least once more throughout this game, whether it's after the next intermission or at the end of the game here. And make sure if you're on Twitter, you retweet this, like this. Make sure you get some comments, and we'd love to hear from you guys and love to, steer the conversation a little bit. So shout out to Dwayne, producer Steve, Colin for joining myself. Make sure you guys get over to Outlet Liquor, the place to buy a case. What's your outlet? And go get your tickets for the Sports Collectors Expo over at legendsandstars.net. Only 3 words left.